Hi Leo, I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. Welcome to your August love message. Thank you for confiding in me. Thank you for following me here. If you're new to my channel, thank you for trusting in me. I know we get vulnerable here. If you could please like, share, subscribe, drop a comment if this resonates, and also your placements. I love to hear about your placements. If you're cross-watching, you are welcome here as well. Let's dive into your August love message. I highly encourage you to watch the general readings. There's a lot of information there for you. And of course, there's crossover almost 99.9% of the time. Okay, so check out your general reading. The link is below. And also your July message. So the way that I set it up is the birthday sign goes first and they're last. So you get a bonus. I set it up that way for a reason. You know, it's my gift to you. So there might be some crossover from the July messages. Also check that out. I will link it below for you just so it's easily accessible for you, okay? But let's dive into your August messages. So we do have Venus in your sign until August 5th. This is very positive for you when it comes to love, especially. But we have this Virgo energy coming in, right? Mercury in Virgo now. Venus will go into Virgo August 5th. We have the new moon in your sign on August 4th. And I go into more detail on that in the general reading. So it's a good time to check out both again. So let's talk about how your person is feeling, okay? We saw some information in the general reading, but I might also be tapping into a different collective. But again, the collective energies, they usually cross over, okay? So let's talk about it here. Let's talk about your person of interest. We're actually gonna pull, I was gonna do the clarifying love situations, but I wanna see the energy that your person is in, and then we'll see what energy you're in with from the Animal Oracle deck here. Leo's love interest for August. Whenever you find it, just know that it's meant to find you. Leo's love interest. What energy are they in currently? Leo's love interest. What energy are they in currently? Let's see for Leo. Leo's love interest, Swan and Elk. How about you? How is Leo operating in this love dynamic currently? Leo, towards their love interest, how are they feeling? Leo, towards their love interest, Whale in reverse, Tarantula. So I'll be honest with you. I already recorded your August love message. And what was interesting, it got deleted. I'm sorry, I'm redoing it. And it got deleted for a reason. So I'm believing and trusting in that. That you were meant to get a different reading. But what happened was, in the first message, was that your animal medicine was exactly the same as your general reading. And from what I recall, it was the eagle in reverse, the firefly in reverse, and then also you had the earthworm. And briefly, I'll just touch on that. In the general reading, we go into it, but briefly, I'll tell you here. There's a lot around feeling a little bit of insecurity, maybe a bit avoidant of speaking up in some way, having to gain a higher perspective. Maybe you felt burned by this person, so you're trying to strategize a bit. And they were also the spider, but in this here, we're going to go based off of this energy here, because this is what's meant to come up. They're operating from this swan energy, which is swans, they pair up. And also here, there's the mirror reflection. So there's a sense of mirroring that's going on in this dynamic. And that tends to happen in any sort of relationship. You know, we learn through relating, and we are all mirrors in some way. And it's really important for us in any sort of relationship dynamic, especially intimate ones, that we take the information in as not necessarily a trigger. Yes, it's a trigger, but again, what is it teaching you? That's what I urge you and all the signs to try to evaluate. What is this teaching me right now? Why am I triggered? Why am I feeling good, right? What is it that's bringing me joy? And what is it that's bringing me some sort of resentment or anger or hostility in the situation? With them showing up in this swan energy here, this is a very much about union, right? This is soulmate. This is also a very loyal energy as well. I do want to see here though, a little bit more on this energy for you. So let's dive in. This is water. This is water. Let's read a little bit about it just so we can get a touch of their energies to start off your love reading, okay? You can switch the roles again. Your intuition is what matters. Free will is always at play. And again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Place the roles as you see fit. You're both showing up in this water element, but yours is in reverse. This is about being elegant, powerful, graceful, creative power. So again, tapping into what was the original message. Maybe it wasn't meant to be, but there was a lot about with the firefly in reverse is like having some sort of writer's block or feeling a lack of creativity, a lack of inspiration. And, you know, we saw this sway for you. But in their energy, they might be creating some sort of creative spark within you. Again, maybe you can sense that this person is a mirror in a good way, where they are empowering you in some way. This also can talk about writing, solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard. An inner vision likely to be revealed, right? Especially in the mirror. So I'm getting reminded of the abyss. It was Nietzsche, I feel. When we stare long into the abyss, the abyss stares back. So there's something about, you know, reflecting, right? And Mercury is going retrograde. So it is a time of reflection, especially around communication. So this person is in some sort of deep reflection of what has been shown to them through this relationship. And it is a creative energy. So it is inspired by potential union. With you in this whale energy in reverse, I want to see what this is about. So this is ancient wisdom. Ancient wisdom, the whale, right? It's very calm and steady, deeply compassionate. But when it's in reverse, you can slip into an old story, an old narrative. Oh, a tiger never loses its stripes is what I'm hearing. And to some extent, you know, there are parts of us that are inherently true and who we are, but we can change, right? Especially with some sort of support, which they're showing up in the swan as something that is supported, but we'll go more deeply into this. But with you in reverse here, it might seem like everything's lost. You're in a dark moment with this person. You may be, again, a bit hesitant to open up in some way, especially emotions. This is water. This is about our emotions, our emotional well-being. So there's a bit of rigidity, maybe a bit of hostility to open up to this swan, okay? Because the swan I'm also getting is like very beautiful, and maybe the attraction is there, you know, and calling you in, but you could be a bit hesitant here with the whale in reverse. How is Leo's love interest feeling about Leo? Let's see more about your love interest, Leo. On the mend, frost of stillness, cloud of the unknown. Wow, so this is very interesting to me because this was, you guys are mirroring. So there was a reason, again, why I had to re-record this. This was all the same cards that you had on your end. So now I'm getting the message that maybe the roles were reversed in the other reading, and now it's going to be more clear for you of your role because you might feel lost in this, right? Again, the swan is very magnetic, very graceful, very beautiful, and they want that soul connection, right? So interesting how this is happening here because their energy is, it could be very much yours as well. So you could probably even resonate, Leo, with both ends of this. Again, take what resonates, but this was all the same cards that showed up in that deleted one. Trust yourself, on the mend, in Fantasyland, Frost of Stillness, and the Cloud of the Unknown. And I can't make this up. I just shuffled, and all of these cards were in your other reading. So this very much was still going to be connected. And the message here was like not getting lost in fantasy, not getting lost in illusion, and trusting in yourself. So you both, I think, are trying to trust in this process. And there might have been a bout of stillness and reflection, right? Especially with this reflective energy here in the Swan, right? Mirroring. And then the Whale in reverse is also reflecting as it is in reverse, right? It reminds me of like a retrograde when it's in reverse. And there's a cloud of unknowing of where this is necessarily going to go. But there is an idea of mending something, like offering their heart out, you know. And I did get Heart on a String for you in your July message. So I would highly encourage you to watch the July reading and the love reading. There was a lot around arrogance, eloquence. There was a lot around these polarities, right? Dancing between, you know, the negatives and positives of Leo. Because again, we can't just focus on one or the other. There are shadow aspects to all the signs. And for you, Leo, it can be a bit of boastfulness, cockiness, being a need for power, control, or a need for validation, really. Because you want to be seen. It's a very expressive sign. It's the sun, right? It takes up a lot of space. And, you know, there is a time and a place for that, Leo, but in a relationship dynamic, it is about compromise, but to what cost, right? So we have to find this balance. And this person really is maybe putting you on a pedestal with Fantasyland, or also I'm getting like Seven of Cups. They could be a Scorpio or a Scorpio in their chart of, you know, lust, desire, choice, right? Me being blinded by too many options and maybe not seeing things so clearly. So they're being urged to trust, right? Or they're asking you to trust them in some way. But there's an unknown here for them. There's definitely some unknown territory. Maybe you guys are entering into some uncharted territory here. Tell me more about Leo's love interest for August. Leo's love interest for August. Show me the truth, spirit guides. Leo's love interest, boundaries. Oh, I can't make this up. You had boundaries on your end in the other reading too. And return. So there's boundaries around this return. You both are creating some boundaries or trying to, right? Fantasies there. So it's like teeter-tottering on like, what do I say? How do I say it? How do I create healthy boundaries with Leo? How can we be able to say no to the things we don't want and yes to the things we do? And there's a return here. So there may be some restrictions around returning to one another in some way, or deepening this love, a return to love. You know, I'm reading for a lot of different people. So you could be single, past, coupled, you know, all sorts of things. But there's a second chance on the table with this person. But they're trying to create a healthy return where maybe it's not diluted by fantasy or illusion, and trying to embrace some unknown charted territory with you too. Opportunities that are arising here to potentially mend this with you. But there's a need of maybe some stillness. Maybe you guys, again, haven't been talking for some time, especially with return. And, you know, there could have been some outside influences. Loyalty could have been on the table for you, Leo. And you were like, you know, are you loyal to me? Are there other influences? Have you shown me that you want to be loyal to me, right? This person could also be saying this about you. They could have felt like there was other influences involved. And influences don't have to be other people. This can be distance. This can be friend, work, right? Family, mental health, right? There's so many things that could have influenced this dynamic of why maybe you have to set a boundary or they do. And loyalty. Can this person be loyal? Maybe they're asking this of you, Leo. Are you going to be loyal to me if I do come back? Or, you know, what is this going to look like, right? Let's see more from the tarot about how they're feeling towards Leo. How is Leo's love interest feeling? Ooh. Yeah, they feel that this is disconnection. These all flew out. Justice. It could be a Libra, Scorpio, Cancer, two Cancer cards. They want to rejoice, right? There's definitely been some disharmony here. We're seeing this clearly, especially with the return. So they want to return to love again. There's been disharmony. We have the Three of Cups. Maybe they want to enter in as friends, or they want to take you out on a date with the Three of Cups, because there's definitely something that was not justified. Okay, you have the major arcana of Scorpio here, so there was a Tower moment that created some sort of imbalance, and there was maybe unrequited love. Maybe someone spoke harshly. If they were an air sign, right, male or female, they applied logic and they didn't apply love, is what I'm getting off of these cards. But they were invested in it, but maybe they just didn't know exactly how to be loyal to you. Maybe they felt like what you were needing was not necessarily what they could give you, and that felt unjustified in some way. And so the Tower was created here, the divide, the Great Divide, which is your August reading, and then the Take a Chance on Me song in your general message. This person could be literally asking for you to take a chance on them in some way. They felt like something was unjustified. What's this justice about? I'm not going to take those. What's this injustice in Tower? What's this injustice here in Tower moment between Leo and their love interest? What was this injustice about? Show me more. Yeah, in and out, flighty behavior, unfocused. Knight of Wands, Sag or Virgo. You had a lot of Sag in your July reading. There could have been, again, a lot of burdens. There's the Seven of Cups, options, lust, desire, right? Illusion, fantasy. It wasn't rooted in reality, right? And this person is maybe shocking to them that they're seeing this now, because they want some sort of reunion. Again, also, it could say here that friends got in between you, right? We did see the influences card, and we are seeing the Three of Cups. So this could be outside forces, influences that got in the way of this dynamic here, okay? Two of Cups in reverse. Unfocused, right? In and out, flighty, not knowing what they wanted. But let's see your energies here. Let's see you. Let me put these back in the deck here, and we will reshuffle for you. So on your end, how are you feeling this whale energy? You do hold a lot of wisdom, right? The whale is such a wise creature, right? There's so much mystery with the whale. We have the cloud of unknowing on your side too. Leo, how are you feeling towards your love interest? Leo, how are you feeling? How are you feeling, Leo, towards your love interest? Veil of illusion. Yeah, see, look at this. There is the level of secrecy, maybe things, revelations of, look at this, revelations and waiting on the unknown. Yeah, there's a level of secrecy, mystery, high priestess. This could be a Pisces. Again, there was just some level of deception even. You're seeking truth here. And you are protecting your heart. That's why the whale's in reverse, is because you are being very protective of letting this person back in. But there is an unknown here. And I think that you're trying to see beyond the illusion and seek some truth from this person. Maybe that's what you're wanting. You know, if they do return, what kind of boundaries are going to be created? Are they going to be on their terms, or are they going to be on mutual playing field, is what I'm hearing. Revelations do await you. So this month could be bringing some new insight in for you, so you can actually see beyond some of the illusion that's been created, the distance, the divide, you know, the Great Divide. And I also, with the protected card, I feel like you are very protective of your heart, rightfully so. You have your reasons for that, right? And we'll look more into that. But it says here, find solace and safety knowing you're sheltered and guided through life's storm to calm shores. So it's important to protect yourself in some way. But again, with the protection, it's like if you want this person in your life, you are going to have to open up a bit, especially emotionally. And I think really what's important is communication, right? We had the Eight of Wands, Queen of Swords in your general message of like communication potentially coming in and having to be open to receiving this communication. And there might be some waiting periods after. The Seven of Pentacles was also there, of like awaiting some sort of truth, right? Maybe someone says one thing and they kind of wait on it a little bit to kind of give some feedback or return the call, right? Maybe you felt left on red or vice versa. How are you feeling towards your love interest here? Show me more for how Leo's feeling towards their love interest. Influences, yeah, definitely something was in the way here. Again, you know what that is. I'm not going to jump the gun and say it was someone else. Again, work, distance, attachments to the past, old behavior patterns, toxic behavior patterns. It seems like, again, with influences, it can be negative, right? Because it impacts the relationship in some way. It didn't allow things to be nourished. You didn't feel nourished. Yeah, distance. Looks like distance was one of the main driving factors here. And someone was maybe potentially running away. What else? Yeah, nourished just came out again in reverse. You didn't feel nourished. So therefore you had to protect yourself. Because you felt, again, you didn't feel validated, your needs maybe weren't being met, and you're trying to see beyond the illusion of maybe fantasy, lust, desire, running. Yeah, again, the same cards are coming out. There's a lot of charm here, beauty. Okay, you do find this person attractive, and it's also, what I'm getting is it's mutual. You both have a level of beauty to you and chemistry. An apology here. So maybe that's what's coming in, is an apology from this person for maybe having other influences, running away from you, ghosting you, leaving you on red. Maybe, again, you didn't feel heard. You know, is this all lust? Is this all desire? Is it all about my looks? Like, is this going to be something that will grow into something more, right? This is what you're saying here. All right, let's pull on the influences here. What's this influences card showing up here? What is this influences between Leo and their love interest for August? Please show me the truth. Leo and their love interest. Whoa, too many. What is this influences about for Leo, August, and their love interest? Show me why this influences card is here. What is the outside influence? We know distance was there. Yeah, a lack of emotional integrity. Again, world, this is distance. So it could be distance between you two. And it doesn't have to mean that you're like not living in the same state or even the same neighborhood. It could very well be, but it also could just be emotional distance, right? Keeping someone at arm's length. But look at this here. There's an Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. So there's a potential new start in love. This could be new love. We'll see here the mutual energies, but it looks like, although there was outside influences, it could also been the influence was, again, another person. But it looks like, you know, if there was another person, that it wasn't everything that it was cracked up to be. King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could have been dealing with a masculine water sign, male or female, really. But Eight of Pentacles is Virgo as well. A lack of emotional commitment, emotional intelligence, a lack of control around someone's emotions, coldness, right? That's maybe why you didn't feel like it was nourished. But these two aces here, right? I want to look into this for you. We're going to see mutual energies as well. So mutually, a new start here with an Aries, potentially a new start. We did see return on their end. Knight of Cups just flew out. Temperance, Sag. What's the mutual energy here? What's going on with these aces as well? Mutual energies, and what's this ace about? These aces, I should say, between Leo and their love interest for August. Please show me the truth. Mutual energies, please show me the truth. Mutual energies here between Leo and their love interest. Mutual energies shared. Mutual energies, please show me between Leo and their love interest. 2 sevens here. There's the Fool. There's the Knight of Swords. Okay, so we did also get this message in the reading that got deleted. Was a lot of advice for you was to make sure that you are staying independent, taking care of yourself, nourishing yourself, giving back to oneself, whatever sort of validation that you're needing. You're also going to need to make sure that you're getting that from self. You know, it's not always about others and getting outside validation. You need to find that with the power within. mutually, there is a level of strategizing here. Seven of Swords can also be lies, deception, trickery. But I'm sensing here that this person is trying to strategize a way to come back in. The Fool, right? A new chance, right? Take a chance on me, especially with these aces here. Emperor, Aries, or Taurus. Gaining control. Also, mutually, you guys are both trying to gain a sense of autonomy in this relationship so it doesn't become codependent. Or again, there's this projection or other influences, right? With the Seven of Swords, very well could have been other influences that were playing into this and someone wasn't being honest about it. Both of you are defending your space and your boundaries here. I think that that's a good thing. Mutually, there is a need and a drive to make sure that, you know, both of you have equal playing field as much as possible, and that there's not this guarded defensive energy that's going to show up again if there is this new start in love, right? Fool with the Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups. I'm going to take this over to the extended, and we're going to dive more into this potential new start. Is this new love? Is it with this person? Where is this going to go, right? Because it's looking positive here, but I want to see if, you know, can you trust this person? You know, what are the potential outcomes here? So join me on Patreon. Just know on Patreon, you get access to all of my readings, all of the extendeds for all 12 signs, and 20% off all my private services. And the Jupiter Saturn reading, I'm going to have a Mercury retrograde reading on there as well. So join me on Patreon if you want to go deeper into astrology with me. I'm going to be doing more astrology readings for my Patreon collective leading up to September when we have these upcoming eclipses. So if you want some extra support and you like my style, join me on Patreon. I hope to find you there. If this is where we part, bye for now and happy birthday, Leo.